here at Heyo because it is only for Heyo customers. Only members of the Heyo family, quote unquote, have been invited. And so all of us here are Heyo users and are passionate about Facebook and about social media and marketing via those channels for our business or for our clients' businesses. And so I'm really excited to be able to spend this time with you guys today. Welcome to all of you who are joining. As I've been naming off, we've got a number of folks from all over the place, a whole bunch of states around the U.S., the U.K. We've got Sarah. You might be the furthest one out. You're joining from the Philippines. It's great to have you with us. Micheline from Montreal, or Montreal, as they say up there. And it is great to have all of you with us today. Welcome to today's exclusive customer webinar titled 5 Steps to Running a Successful Facebook Contest. My name is Chris Riegger. I run operations here at Heyo. I work with Nathan, who many of you have probably heard before on other webinars, and work with him to run the day-to-day operations here of the business. And we see a lot here at Heyo from tons and tons of clients as far as what works, what doesn't when it comes to running a successful campaign, and specifically a contest on Facebook. And so my goal today is to share with you actionable tips and strategies to make the process a lot easier and of running a contest and to make your campaigns more effective. So that's my goal today. Now, if you've got questions, you should see my title slide right now. And for those of you who might be multitasking, trying to get a few things done while you listen in, now I'm about to get started. So now is the time to dial in, close out of your email. If you're working from home, close the door to your office. Make sure you've got time to focus and hear about what I'm going to share because I think you're going to find it very, very valuable. So go ahead and close out all those other distractions and dial in and take a look at my screen where you should see the title slide with the title of today's webinar on it. If you've got questions throughout the webinar, you can do one of two things. You can tweet to us by tweeting at Heyo with hashtag HeyoWebinar. And we're going to be watching that hashtag stream on Twitter for questions. You can also just pop a question directly into the GoToWebinar questions panel and let us know whatever's on your mind. I'm going to do my best to catch questions on the fly, but I can only do so much. So I've got a colleague with me, Alex Shandy, who's going to be helping me out. I'm going to actually unmute Alex to say hello.
Unmuted.
Alex, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hey, guys.
All right.
Thanks for joining today.
Good morning, Alex. So folks, I've got Alex Shandy here with me, and he's also a member of the Heyo team. He's been with Heyo pretty much almost since the beginning, right, Alex?
Yeah, since February 2011, so a long time.
Wow, that is a long time in Heyo land. So he is super knowledgeable about Heyo and about our products and about social media marketing. So as you've got questions, he's going to be typing away as fast as possible to answer those for you. So maybe we'll unmute you at the end to say goodbye. Is that all right, Alex?
You bet. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Muted.
All right. Awesome. So I think those are all the housekeeping items I had, folks. So with that, we're going to dive right into the content. And as we get started, I want to point out a couple things for you that I think are really good to cover in a webinar like this one. First of all, there's a lot to do with Heyo. Today we're specifically talking about social contests, which is the first thing on this list. And what you're seeing here is a screenshot from Heyo. When you create a new campaign, these are the options you have available to you, right? So we're talking today about social contests, but you can also use Heyo to create a lead capture page. Maybe you've got like a really nice piece of content you're giving away, a white paper, a PDF guide, or even a blog post that you want to make available to folks, or a video, but you only want to make it available to them if they opt in and provide you some contact information. You can do that really easily with Heyo. You can publish visual content to Facebook. What I mean by that is we have a selection of social templates for sites like Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube, where you can create a beautiful gallery really easily of your content on those platforms, publish them to Facebook, where you probably have more fans. In general, our clients tend to have a bigger following on Facebook than they do on those other platforms. It's not always the case, but it's usually the case. So that's really easy to do, and they look fantastic. Very, very easy to do in Heyo. You can use Heyo to drive traffic to a website by setting up a sales page and using one of those templates. Or if you're looking to do something completely different or something really customized, you can build your own landing page with Heyo using our drag and drop editor. We've got like 30 different widgets you can choose from. It's very simple to use, and that's a that's a huge tool and very flexible and really fun to use, to be honest. So you can always do that. So there's a lot you can accomplish with Heyo, but of course today we're going to dive in and talk specifically about this first one, running a social contest. Now for those of you on the line, I want to actually pause here for a moment and actually ask you guys a question. So I've got a poll here I'm going to surface. Okay, there it is. You should all be seeing it. So how familiar are you with Heyo? This is a good chance to let me know a little bit about yourselves. So go ahead and answer this poll for me. Are you not at all familiar? Maybe that's why you're here. Are you pretty familiar? Maybe you've run a campaign or two, you've explored the app a little bit, but you're looking to learn a lot more. Or are you like super familiar, as it says, you should be giving this webinar instead of me, and maybe you're a Heyo power user. You should be in that third category if that's the case. So go ahead and let me know a little bit more about yourselves. We're at 70%. I'd love to get to 80% of you answering this poll before I close it out. So I'm gonna let you go. Okay, awesome, we're there. So I'm gonna close the poll and share the results with you. So as you can see, for the vast majority of you, it looks like you're just getting started with Heyo. That's perfect. You're the perfect audience for this. That's 68% of you. 32% of you are pretty familiar. So you've used Heyo a little bit, but it sounds like there's probably more you could learn. And then nobody describes themselves as super familiar. Maybe that I should be giving the webinar myself was a little bit daunting. But that's who we've got on the line today. So that's really, really helpful. So for those of you who are just getting started with Heyo, and that's all of you essentially, you might be asking yourself, well, why run a contest? Like, what will this do for me? What will this do for my business or for my client's business? At the end of the day, there are a number of reasons and good things that will happen, I think, from running a social contest, but the main reason is because they convert. You've got a bunch of headlines here from our different case studies on our blog that show some really good numbers. And basically the point here is, there's really nothing we found out there like running a simple social contest. And what we see sweepstakes in particular, or giveaways as they're sometimes called, being particularly good at this, at getting a lot of leads for your business in a short amount of time. 20–30% conversion, up as high as 60–70% conversion. Conversion meaning when someone sees your contest page, what percent of those viewers actually opt in and enter your contest? And what we see is that a lot of them do. So, there's really nothing we found out there that's quite as good at gathering a lot of leads in a short amount of time like running a contest, running a social contest. And Facebook's really the perfect platform to do that from. It's the largest and most mature social media platform. All right, so with that, let's dive right into the content. So we're going to talk about what are the 5 steps to running a successful Facebook contest. And before we even get into that, I want to hit you with like a pre-step. Okay, so this is like a little bonus. You think of it as like step 0. Okay, so step 0 is set out some contest goals. What are your goals for this contest? Now, goals are important in life in general, right? So this is probably a no-brainer for most of you. I hope it is. But it's important to call this out because you might have seen a webinar of ours or read some case studies or something and thought, hey, I want to do one of these. But what are you really hoping to accomplish? Are you looking to collect a lot of email leads and build an email list? And typically that's because then you can email promotional emails or marketing emails to that population of consumers and drive more sales, revenue for your business, or find more clients. But are you trying to gather a lot of emails? Are you trying to generate a lot of social activity? So are you trying to build your fan base on Facebook or your followership on another social media platform? Are you trying to get a lot of social engagement happening because you want people to learn about your brand? Maybe you're a brand new brick and mortar business in a small town or a big city, and you want more people to learn about your business. Running a contest could be a great way to do that. But really, I think it's important to set out what your goals are going to be right from the beginning. Loretta says, okay, so my goal is to get sales. Loretta, I like it. So everyone at the end of the day wants to drive more sales for their business. A contest is going to be able to help you get a step closer to that direction. All right, so let's dive right into the content. So step 1 of running a successful Facebook contest, so you should all be seeing the slide on my screen that says step 1, pick a relevant prize, okay, is select a relevant prize. So I want to talk about this a little bit. This is extremely important. What do your fans crave? What do they really care about? It could be free products. It could be a coupon code or a discount. It could be some kind of exclusive experience. It could be an opportunity to be featured somewhere, maybe in an article or a press release. What is the prize that resonates with your fans? And you want to do a couple of things. You want to make sure your prize is really relevant to your fans, to your audience. And so that would be based on things like geography, hobbies, what industry you're in, etc. And the way to think about when I say relevant, why that's important is you only want leads that are really, really relevant to your business. You might run a contest and get 1,000 new leads and be really excited, right? But if they're not relevant leads to your business, then they're not worth much, right? You can email them all day long; they're not going to listen. So the way to think about this is let me give you some examples because I think examples really help. Okay, so you might say, hey, I want to run a contest that's really exciting, so I'm going to give away a free iPad. You're going to invest a few $100, buy an iPad, and that's what you're going to give away. Well, you're going to get a lot of leads, right? Because plenty of people would love to have a free iPad. But what does that have to do with your business, right? What does that have to do with your business? I mean, if you're an electronics retailer, it has a lot to do with your business, right? People who care about an iPad would care about other electronics that you're selling. But if you're a restaurant or an accounting firm, or you sell handmade goods or ladies' handbags or whatever, an iPod has nothing to do with your business. So what's a prize that's relevant to your business? Now the last bullet on this page is really, really important. You also want to make sure that that prize is compelling to your fans. You want them sharing this contest. You want them excited about it. You want them wanting to win. So the prize has to be relevant and it has to be compelling. So let me give you another example. Okay, let's say I run an accounting firm, a small accounting shop in Omaha, Nebraska. And I know who my ideal fan is, right? I want to connect with people that are relevant to my business. And let's say for me, those people are men, sort of older middle-aged men with high net worth. Because I'm an accounting practice, and generally I find that that's where I find most of my clients. Okay? And it's good. You might think, oh, well, is it good to target like that? Absolutely it's good to target like that. Know who your audience is. You want to be as narrow a target, within reason. The narrower the target, the better, right? So basically, you want to target that audience. So in this example, I want to reach that specific demographic. So what a lot of businesses fall back on is giving away their own product or service. But that is not always the best idea. I want to say that again. What a lot of businesses fall back on is giving away their own product or service, and that may not be. In fact, it's often not the best idea. So in my scenario, my own service is I'm an accountant. Right, so let's say that my prize, I decide, well, what would be relevant to my target audience is a free tax consultation. All right, well, a free tax consultation is relevant to that population, probably. But I got to tell you, there's nothing exciting about a free tax consultation. If somebody walked up to me on the street and said, "Hey, would you like a free tax consultation?" I'd probably turn around and run the other way. And no offense to all the accountants out there, but I think it's a fair example. Now, instead, it would probably be really smart if I said, okay, I need something relevant, and a free tax consultation would be relevant, but it's not compelling, it's not exciting. What is relevant to my target audience but still compelling? And instead, I decide to give away a free round of golf at the local golf club. Okay, it's geographically limited, like my business, right? I only help people in the Omaha area, and it's relevant. If you look at who's typically on a golf course, it's probably my target demographic. Probably older middle-aged men. So there you go. That is a prize that would work really well in that scenario, probably, because it's relevant and compelling. I hope that makes a lot of sense. All right, so let me go ahead and let's dive into step 2. Step 2 is to select an entry method. We're going to look at a couple of examples here, if you guys want. So here's where you have to consider your goals. Remember step 0, right? Your pre-step was, what are your goals? Set your goals. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get more Facebook fans? Are you trying to drive engagement? Are you just trying to get a lot of leads, as many leads as possible for your business? It's good to know what those goals are when deciding this. Now, when I say entry method, select an entry method, what I mean is how can people enter your contest? So you got some options here. you can just go with contact information. That's basically a sweepstakes, right? Hey, you want a chance to win this prize? It's a random draw. Just enter your email address. Okay, boom. That's it. That's probably the best way to get a volume of leads. Is just asking for contact information. The simplest form of that is only asking for an email address. You can ask for some kind of creative submission along with that contact information. So a perfect example of this would be a photo contest. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of examples on my screen. So follow along with me here, folks. I think this is definitely helpful. So look at my screen right now. I've got an example up. This is a Heyo campaign that's live right now. It's being run by Wolfer Estate Vineyard. They're a Heyo customer, and they're based on Long Island near New York City, and they're a vineyard. And they're giving this prize away. And this is an example of just asking for contact information, right? Some of you have probably already used this template. It's our sweepstakes template. It converts very well. All you do is enter your email address and click submit, and you've entered the contest. It also asks you to like, share, and tweet about the contest, but to enter, all you have to do is enter contact information. If you're going to ask for creative submission, you'd be doing something like Recruit Military did. Okay, they ran a photo contest. So to enter, the contest is ended, but to enter, the entrants had to fill in a little form and upload a picture or attach it from Instagram. Their picture then populated this really nice gallery, and these are it's a really nice looking gallery. It's got really nice social sharing built in. So this creates a lot more engagement. And in general, I would say those types of contests, creative submission contests, are great for user engagement. We also have a really nice video contest template that works beautifully. You might ask for a like and contact information. You could also ask for a contact information and referral. We have a refer a friend contest, which is great at driving traffic and sharing. Okay. You also want to make sure that you always use email opt-in for remarketing opportunities. You should always be collecting an email address, always. And you should always put somewhere in your contest terms, what have you, or a little checkbox on the form. You should always put some language or some opt-in available so that you can remarket to those folks whose information you're gathering. Okay, so that's step 2, select an entry method. All right, so let's dive into step 3. Step 3, you've got to build your contest. You've got to create your contest. So you're going to start with the easiest way to do this is to start with something that's pre-designed, and that's what we offer in Heyo. Okay, so you're going to start with one of the pre-designed templates in Heyo. We can take a look at those here in a moment if you'd like. You're going to customize the content with your own images. Now at this point, you should have your goal set. You should know what your prize is going to be. That was step 1. And you should know what your entry method is going to be. That was step 2. So if you know, okay, you're this type of business, and you know I'm going to give away this prize as a sweepstakes contest, you're ready to dive in and get started. Pick the sweepstakes template, start putting your content together, put your logo in the top left corner here. It's very simple to do in Heyo. So you're going to customize that content. And then you're going to publish your contest and be sure it's mobile optimized. In Heyo, it's super easy to do that. All you do is check the box that says publish to mobile. And like you see here with Kaujai Coffee's contest, we automatically, with all of our templates, create a mobile responsive or a mobile optimized version of your campaign, so it looks really good. Really good. Okay, so that said, let me stay on mobile here for just a minute. You see this statistic on my page, and folks, this is a highly tweetable statistic. The average Facebook user spends 914 minutes per month on Facebook mobile. 914 minutes per month. There's a ton of mobile usage out there. So let me ask you guys another question. I'm going to ask you to answer this in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay? On average, what percentage of people do you think are only, specifically what percentage of Facebook users are only using Facebook from a mobile phone? Is it 10%? Is it 20%? What percentage of people do you think are only using Facebook from their mobile phones? Let me know in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay, a whole bunch of guesses. Wow. Okay, so we've got 30. Lewis says 30%. Brandon says 35%. Micheline says 45%. Anita says 76%. Anita, that's very specific. It sounds like you know something. Brett said 60%, I think. Yeah, Brett said 60%, 50%. Okay, the answer is over 50%. This is a huge, huge, huge number, okay? So over 50% of all Facebook users, all active Facebook users, only use Facebook from their mobile phone. So let me translate that into important language for us as marketers, right? If you don't have your campaign mobile optimized like this, you're missing out on half of your potential leads. Boom, they're gone. You're not going to capture as many leads as you could because those Facebook users, half of them, at least half of them, are only using Facebook from their phones. All right, so folks, it's decision time. We've gone through 3 of the 5 steps, and we're at the step create a contest. Do you want me to show you how to create your contest in Heyo? It'll only take me a few minutes. If you'd like me to do that, go ahead and type show me in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay, I know I'm offering this up because 68% of you said you're not familiar with Heyo at all, and then the other 32% of you said you're pretty familiar, you've run a campaign or two, so maybe you'd like me to do that. So do you want me to take a few minutes and show you how to create specifically a sweepstakes contest within Heyo? Okay, so Leslie says show me, Larry show me, yes, Brett says yes, show me please, Jodine, all caps, yes, show me please, Loretta, yes, show me gorgeous. Well, Loretta, my goodness. Okay, and Rachel says, heck yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that, folks, since it seems like everybody wants me to do that. So I'm going to go back to my web browser here, and I'm going to walk through now. You might be tempted to follow along, or you might be tempted to try to do this yourself in your own Heyo account while I'm showing you how to do it. We're recording this webinar and backup recording this webinar, so it's definitely going to be recorded for you, and we're going to send the recording out to everyone. So don't feel like you have to get this 100% down right here, right now. Just watch my screen and kind of digest and follow along with me on my screen. I think that would be probably the most helpful thing for you guys to do right now. So here I am in the Heyo dashboard, and I would love to use one of your businesses for my example. So if you could, in the GoToWebinar questions, let me know the website for your business. I would love to pull one of your businesses up and use it as an example. Okay, so Meyer, Meredith, Amy, Sarah, Rachel, Loretta, Anita, Quentin, Gerard. Let me know who your business is, specifically by pasting in or typing in the web address for your website, your company website. Okay. We got a whole bunch here. TastyImageChocolate.com, very cool. Wow. Goldbuyinggirl.com. All right, we're gonna go with I'm gonna go with Anita's business, which is the Linen Works. All right, so Anita, hopefully I get this right. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful website, Anita. Okay. Very cool. All right, so the Linen Works. So it looks like, Anita, you guys sell linen, beautiful linens. This is very cool. All right, and for this example, I'm going to go ahead and use Anita's business, the Linen Works. Looks like, Anita, you're based in the UK. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And we're going to use that as our example. So here I am in the Heyo dashboard. Step 1, I click Create a Campaign. Logical step, right? Step 2 is, I know I want to run a contest, so I'm going to select Run a Social Contest. And when I do, you'll notice that the appropriate template category opens up here for me, and I've got a few options. There's that photo contest we saw. Here's the sweepstakes contest, refer a friend, got a few others. But specifically, we're going to run a sweepstakes, which is right here. So I'm going to select that. Now, I'm in preview mode right now, but I have a chance to look at the campaign, say, yep, this is the one I want. And I'm going to go here to the bottom right, and I'm going to click Save and Continue. So within Heyo, your option to move on is always here in the bottom right. So now you'll notice here I am in the editor, in the Heyo editor, and you'll notice that as I mouse over the different components of the campaign, they highlight. All right? They highlight. And what I can do is click on each one, and I can use my own, update it with my own image or my own copy. Okay, so I'm going to start here with the logo at the top left. I'm going to go back to the Linen Works website, and they've got a beautiful logo here. I'm going to right-click it. I'm going to click Copy Image URL. I'm going to go back to Heyo, and all I'm going to do is click on this logo. Now you'll notice that here's the campaign I'm creating on the main part of the screen, and over here on the right-hand sidebar, this is where I make my changes. This is where I make my edits. So I've got two options here. I can either paste in a URL to an image, or I can click upload, and I can upload an image from my hard drive on my computer. I'm going to go ahead, since I copied that image URL, and delete this, and I'm going to paste in the new image. And there it is. Beautiful. Looks great. Looks great. And then the other thing I can do here is I've got this main hero image. Now I want to share with you guys a little tip here that's really, really important. Okay, this hero image is really what people will see when they hit your contest page. And you want to make sure that this is very, very clear and as concisely as possible, or as directly as possible. You want this hero image to communicate two things: what your prize is and what they need to do to win it. So the simplest type of hero image here is a picture of your prize with, you know, a copy that says, enter your email below to win this prize, somewhere embedded on the picture. You know, consumer attention spans seem like they're getting shorter all the time. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And, you know, it's also true that people process, our brains, human brains process images much faster than they process text. So you can put whatever you want down here in the text below. You can make it big and bright and everything, but they're going to see and process this image first. Your viewers are going to see and process this image first. So let me go back to the Linen Works, and we've got some beautiful pictures here and some really nice looking products. I'm going to just dive in and try to find some things that might work. Let's go ahead and grab this guy. Okay, Anita, hopefully I'm doing right by you here. So I just took a screenshot of this really pretty tea towel. Okay, now I'm going to go back here to Heyo, and I'm going to click on this hero image. I'm going to click upload, and then right on my desktop, I've got my picture. So I'm going to select that. Okay, it actually really looks vibrant and pretty. I love the picture of like those cut up little cherry tomatoes, and really, really pretty. Now, the way this image works, folks, it's going to be fixed width, but it can be taller. So like if I were putting an image together, I'd probably want it to be a little taller than this, but you guys get the idea of how things work, right? I'd also, as I said, want the call to action clearly embedded on this image. Now, the next thing is this contest countdown. I can click on this contest countdown, and I can literally set the time, and what I want to do is just set the time that I want this contest to end. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, how long should this contest run? It kind of depends on what type of contest you're running. For a simple sweepstakes like this, a week or two is good. I like the kind of 7 to 10 day range. You want to make sure, I think, you've got about a week for this contest to run while you've got promotion happening. Promotion might just mean posting it on Facebook, but if you're running ads or other things, it's really important to make sure that you give time for those ads or those promotional activities to work. But you don't want to set it too long, because then you're going to lose people, right? The whole point of having this countdown is so that it really compels people to action. So I'm at 9 days right now. I can change that. Let's make it 1 day shorter. Say it's going to end on the 14th, and I can change the time here, and I can say let's make it end at 12 o'clock p.m. There you go. So in about 9 days, my contest is going to be over. So then right below that, and this is really cool, I can click on this entry field, and we've got some really cool options here. So first of all, all Heyo campaigns, all these templates, collect leads for your business, and Heyo automatically stores those leads for you. At any time, you can go to the dashboard and you can download a CSV file or an Excel file of those leads right to your computer. It's super easy. So don't stress if you don't have one of these email services over here on the right. That's okay. We're going to store those leads for you. But if you do have Aweber, Constant Contact, or MailChimp, you can select that account. You can click Connect to MailChimp or Constant Contact or Aweber, enter your credentials, and then we'll automatically sync to your account with that email marketing provider. We'll give you a list of the email marketing lists that you've got set up on that account, and you can literally pick one and click Save Change. Remember, always click Save Changes here at the bottom right. And now, as people enter this contest, they'll automatically be put into my MailChimp account. Very, very slick. But right below that, I've got these share options. Now, these are really important. What we found is, first of all, Facebook really doesn't let you require a share. They don't let you say, you must share this contest for a chance to win. But it's okay to ask for a share. And so what we've done by numbering these as steps is we've made it pretty compelling to consumers to want to complete those steps. So what you do is you click on this area here, and here are my options over here on the right-hand side to set up my share settings. So the first one is, what's the Facebook page to like? So I'm going to assume that I can find Linenworks. That doesn't feel like it, probably. There it is. Cool. Anita, I hope I have the right one here. It looks like it. Here's the Linenworks Facebook page. I'm going to copy that address, and I'm going to paste that in here. Beautiful. Now when people click like, they'll like my Facebook page. I'll get a new fan. That's awesome. Link to share and tweet. So this is the link that will be shared and tweeted automatically when someone clicks share or tweet. And I can put a link here, but you'll notice that there's a note here, if left blank, the share will default to the URL for this Heyo campaign. So I'm going to leave this blank because I want people to share this campaign that I'm putting together. I really want them to share it. So I'm going to leave that there. All right, cool. And here I've got the option to customize this copy a little bit. And this is the text. This is the text that's going to set up the share or the tweet. So I can say, I just entered to win this beautiful tea towel. You can too. Just click here. Okay, cool. Bottom right, save changes. Always save those changes. I'm getting pretty close to being set up here. The last thing is I got this text area right below my main image, my hero image, as we call it in the marketing space. I'm going to click that, and now I've got a full text editor here. And this is really the perfect spot for your contest terms or rules. And it also can be used to elaborate on your prize or other marketing information. Okay, so this is kind of the perfect spot for that. So you want to make sure you communicate the prize and the call to action clearly, embed it on the image, right? But here you can add more detail if you want. So in this case, I'm just going to, let's pretend I've communicated everything on the picture. I'm just going to say, like must be 18 or older to enter. 1 entry per person maximum, etc. All right, and I've got a full text editor here. I can make this, if I want to make this smaller. If it's like fine print, I can do that. If I want to make it bigger, I can make it really big. I can change the font type, font color, etc. So it's very, very easy to work with. Okay, so now I'm almost done here, folks. Now that I've got my campaign together, I'm going to go over here to the bottom right, click Save and Preview, and now I'm in preview mode. Very, very simple to use. I can kind of get a view of what my campaigns are going to look like on Facebook. I can test these buttons out. So if I click to share, for instance, I'll see that I've got this share already set up for me on Facebook with my share text. If I click to tweet, same exact thing. It sets the tweet up for me. It looks great. All right, so most important thing, remember, more than half of all Facebook users, active Facebook users, only use Facebook from their phones. So this is really important. It's pre-selected as checked. You want to make sure that this publish to mobile box right here is checked. I'm going to hit preview on that, and here's our beautiful mobile responsive version of the campaign. It looks great on mobile. It works perfectly. People can enter the contest right from their phones. And if you're in a brick and mortar location, a really cool strategy is use the smart URL, create a QR code so people can walk up to that in the store, scan it, and see this beautiful mobile version. So I'm going to show you how to publish this. And Anita, I'm only going to publish this to web so that it doesn't go live on my test page here. I can change the title, by the way. I can call this Linen Giveaway. I can upload an app thumbnail for my Facebook app if I'm publishing this to Facebook. But I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. And this is the most important thing to know, I think, when it comes to running your campaign with Heyo. My campaign is now published. And I've just gotten this little pop-up that tells me my publish was successful, my campaign's live, and it gives me my smart URL. You can see this little blurb here, your smart URL. The way this works is it's literally a smart link. When somebody clicks on it, it knows what device they're on, and it will show them the right version of the campaign. So if they're on a laptop or a desktop, then they're absolutely going to be able to see it. They're going to be taken to the campaign right on Facebook or right on the web. If they're on a phone, they're going to be taken to that campaign, the mobile version of that campaign, that responsive version. And it looks really, really good. So there you go, folks. There was a quick primer, quick overview of how to effectively put this campaign together. Make sure you got all the right pieces in Heyo. Hopefully that was helpful. Awesome. So with that, let's dive back into our slides. Remember, we're three steps down. We've got 2 to go. So let's dive into step 4. Step 4 is critical, absolutely critical. You've got to promote your contest. If you don't let your audience know about your contest, they will not know where to find it. Remember, if you publish this campaign to Facebook, this contest to Facebook, it's going to publish as what's called a Facebook app. Okay, so let me actually show you one of those right now to make sure we're all on the same page. Let me go to the Heyo Facebook page. So here's the Heyo Facebook page. Take a look. And right down here on the left side, here are those apps, right? Here are those apps. So this is where your campaign will publish. This is a Heyo Facebook app. Okay? So that's where the campaign will publish. So you've got to lead people there, give them a little bit of information and help them know where to find it. The best and simplest way to do that is simply through a Facebook post, and you want to do what's called a link share post. A link share post is what you have set up when you actually just paste the URL into a Facebook status update. And they're really, really simple to do and really, really easy to edit. Okay? And they're very effective. A link share post is what was used. You can see Kojai Coffee's post right here. You also want to use other channels. Any channel where you have an audience is a great place to promote your contest. It could be other social media profiles like Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, what have you. Okay. Email is extremely effective. It's one of my favorite ways. One of my favorite ways to promote a campaign, a Heyo campaign or social contest is through a dedicated email. You've got them on your mailing list. They've got friends and fans on social media. Sharing the campaign via email is really effective at creating, getting a lot more traffic and getting people to share it. And then website traffic. If you've got a blog or a website with any kind of traffic at all, absolutely 100% put a link on that blog or on that website to your contest. Or if you've got a WordPress blog or some other blog, write a post about your contest. Lead people there, tell them about it. Really, really effective. Okay, one more quick decision, and this one would, I promise, be a lot shorter. Do you want me to show you how to create a link share post directly in the Facebook newsfeed? If this is old hat for you guys, I seriously am happy to skip it. But absolutely, if you want me to do this, type "show me" in the GoToWebinar questions, and I'll count up the folks who want me to do this. What I would do is just show you how to take a Heyo URL, paste it into the newsfeed, and set up that post. It's very, very simple. Okay, I'm counting them now. All right, it looks like you guys do want to see this. Lewis, Al, Quentin, Kylie, Carol, Samantha, Meredith. Oh, Meredith says, I think I got this one. Fair enough, Meredith. Show me, of course, show me. Loretta says a refresher would be good. Show me, please. Okay, this will only take a moment, and I'm going to just use a campaign that I already have set up. So let me go into Heyo. Here it is. I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to go to this page. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, so here's how you set up a link share post. It's very simple. This is a little test page I have set up in Facebook. So all I'm going to do is go to my page. Here's my status window. Let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see it better. Hopefully that's better. Here's where I post my status. All I do is I take that Heyo Smart URL and I paste it in. Okay, here it is. Here's my link share post. It's already set up for me. Now, we automatically take some content from your campaign and we give it to Facebook to set up. It's called metadata. We hand them that metadata so they can set up the post. But you can customize all of this. You can customize all of this. I'm going to show you how to do that. I want to upload a new image, so I just see this little plus sign, upload image button. I'm going to click that. And I'm going to find the status update that I want to use. Okay, here it is. It's this picture of a nice pad thai. All right, so in this example, I'm using a local Thai restaurant. The ideal image size for a Facebook link share post is 484 pixels wide and 284 pixels tall. I'm going to go ahead and upload that one, and hopefully it's going to look great. Okay, perfect. It's bright, it's colorful. I love it. I can also just click on the title here and the description here. You can see that in Facebook they're highlighting yellow. I can customize this right here. I can click on my description and say whatever I want. To set this up, and then right up here where I've pasted the URL in the actual status update, now that the link share post is set up, I can delete that URL and I can say whatever I want. Need a romantic evening out. Enter to win dinner for two. There's my link share post. I moved through that pretty quickly because I want to be respectful of your time. But this is how it's set up, and I love how within Facebook, and this only works when you're a business, when you're posting this to a fan page. If you're posting it to a personal fan page, you can't upload the new image and all that kind of stuff. But as a business, I can set this up exactly how I want it, and then right down here, I click the blue post button, and there's my link share post. And what's great about this is every element on this post, the image, the title, the description, it's all one big hyperlink to my contest. So if I click this now, I get taken straight to my contest on Facebook. Or on mobile if I'm on mobile, right? Because I use that smart URL. So that is why a link share post is so valuable. Facebook also preferences these within the news feed. So it's more likely your fans are going to see one of these types of posts than if you just put in some text or upload a photo or something like that. So highly, highly recommend doing a link share post. Okay, I hope that was helpful. So that was step 4, promote your contest. Step 5, pick a winner and follow up. So you want to make sure you select a winner as soon as the contest is over. You want people to feel like this contest was real and efficient and have a good experience. Okay, so that contest ends. The day it ends, you should be selecting a winner. We're actually building a feature within Heyo to allow you to select a winner right from the Heyo dashboard. It's going to be really slick. In the meantime, you can go to plenty of sites out there. You can download your CSV of entrance and go to lots of sites out there like random.org, for instance, to help you generate a winner at random. It's very, very simple to do. So that is what you want to make sure you do right away. You want to make sure you announce the winner on Facebook and other social media outlets. You know that this lends, I think, a lot of authenticity and credibility to your contest. You want to make sure you you want to make sure you talk about who won on Facebook. One of the coolest examples of this is we have a customer who is an optometrist. It's an optometry office in Alabama, in a town called Troy, Alabama. I think they're called Family Eye Center. And they ran a really cool contest. They gave away a really nice pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses as their prize, which was a really smart prize. Contest did extremely well. They got a lot of new leads for the business, created a lot of buzz. And they had the winner come into their office to pick up the sunglasses, took a picture of her wearing the new sunglasses, and that was their announcement post. And you know what? It was really cool. That single post on Facebook got a lot of really great engagement, and you can imagine why. It was really, really smart. So picking a winner and following up is really important. Make sure, last bullet's really an important one, make sure you capture opportunities for follow-up communication. Okay? One of our clients, Solo Stove, they sell these really cool little camp stoves, like personal camp stoves for really serious backpackers. And they ran a sweepstakes a couple of months ago, and they captured leads. And first of all, I went ahead and I entered to test the contest, and I immediately got an email thanking me for entering, which was really great. After the contest, they sent me this email. Our recent Solo Stove giveaway has come to an end. The winner's been posted. Unfortunately, you didn't win. However, we plan on having more contests, so stay tuned. And by the way, look at this. As a token of our appreciation for your entry, we'd like to invite you to enjoy 10% off your next purchase. They gave me a coupon code, and there's a bright orange button right here that goes to their online store. Really, really smart follow-up, right? They got those leads. They knew that I entered their contest. I had engaged with their brand by entering, and they immediately hit me up with an offer. I really liked that a lot. It was a really, really smart way to do it. So, and actually, I tell you what, they're now running a photo contest on Heyo, and I just got an email from them as well inviting me to enter the photo contest. So there you go. They're promoting their contest with email also. Really, really smart strategy. All right, so before we dive into Q&A, let me review these steps. Okay, we've covered a lot. So first of all, your pre-step is setting your goals. Before you get into these 5 steps, you want to make sure you set your goals. Okay, and then let's go all the way back to the beginning. Step 1, pick a relevant prize. We talked about how important that your prize it is that your prize is both relevant and compelling to your target audience. Step 2, select an entry method based on your goal. Are you only going to require an email address? Do you want people to enter a creative submission like a photo or video contest? Do you want to require people to refer a friend? What is the entry method you want used? Step 3, you're actually going to, at this point, build your contest out. Take that information from the first 2 steps and from setting your goals and build out your contest on Heyo. It's super easy to do. We automatically make it mobile optimized to make sure you can capture every potential lead. Step 4, you're going to promote your contest. We talked about how to do this. I showed you how to set up a link share post. If you don't let your audience know about your contest, they're not going to know where to find it. It's not going to be successful. So you want to talk about your contest. You want to promote it in whatever channels you can. Step 5, the final step, is to pick a winner when the contest ends and follow up. Do smart follow-up. Make sure you announce that winner. Make sure people know that your business is real. You know, social media is not a broadcasting platform. Facebook is not a broadcasting tool. It's a social tool. So when you share with your audience what's happening and who the winner is, even if they're not the winner, that lets them know you're for real. That lets them know the prize was for real. And they're that much more likely to engage and then come back later and enter another contest or another campaign. So that's really important. All right, cool. Well, folks, I really hope that you learned a lot during those 5 steps. I hope my 2 quick demos were helpful as well, showing you how to actually create a sweepstakes contest in Heyo and breaking down those elements, talking a little bit about the smart URL, and then doing a really quick demo of setting up a link share post, which would be the very first thing you do to promote your contest. So at this point, I want to take some time and get into Q&A. I'm going to give you guys a chance to post your questions for me. And go ahead and write in the GoToWebinar questions. Let me know what your questions are. Okay? And before I start, I'm going to give you guys some time. So before I start, I'm going to check back in with Meredith, my friend Meredith, who I talked to right before the webinar, and unmute her. So Meredith, hi, it's Chris. You're unmuted. Are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. Good.
Welcome back. So so tell me, did you learn at least 2 things from this webinar that were either new or at least really good refreshers for you?
Yes, I actually did not know how to do a contest, so that's all new.
Oh, okay, cool. So my walkthrough of kind of how to set up a contest, and so all the content of like the contest planning and that stuff, that was good information for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Did you already know how to set up a link share post in Facebook?
Yes, but it was a good refresher.
Good. I find a lot of people, they do that without knowing what it's called. They would, if you ask, well, do you know what a link share post is? They might say, well, no. But once you show them, like, oh yeah, I do that all the time. But they don't realize that as a business, when you post that to your fan page, you can actually edit it, customize it, get it looking exactly how you want.
Yeah, that's what I like about them.
Yeah, 100%. It's a really effective way to promote your contest. And when you're running a contest on Facebook, that's really kind of like the linchpin of your marketing strategy, of your promotion strategy. So, well, awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and, Meredith, thanks for checking in. I wanted to just see if you found the content valuable. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Okay, cool. So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and field some questions from GoToWebinar. And I know Alex is doing an amazing job answering the questions you've had along the way. So I'm looking at the questions that have just come through in the last 2 or 3 minutes. So if you asked a question earlier on that you didn't get answered, go ahead and repost it for me now if you don't mind. So the first question I've got is, cool. I've got a question from Leslie, and Leslie asks, do you suggest using Boost Post? So Leslie, let me first of all show people what that is, who may not know. So let me go back actually to the Heyo Facebook page. Okay, cool. So this brand new post right here, we just posted it recently, and it's sharing a recent campaign. We do this thing we call Fan Page Friday. There's this little Boost Post button, and if I click that, I can actually promote this post through the Facebook ad platform. And there's this little interface here. It shows me my post, and it gives me a couple of options of places that I can, by country, by age, by gender, by interest, that I can promote this post to specific kinds of people or to a target audience. So first of all, I'm a big fan of the Facebook ad platform. Facebook has tons of data, and they basically allow you to leverage all that data through their ad platform. I am a fan of promoting posts. And it is, I find it really effective, especially if you know who your target audience is, and so you can be really hyper-targeted with who you're promoting that post to, okay? I'm less of a fan of boosting because when you click on that Boost Post button and you see this, these options are more limited than if you just go to the Facebook ad platform, which is you go to facebook.com/ads, ADS, and you'll be able to promote a post and have a lot more in terms of options. You'll be able to target through a lot of other ways. And so Leslie, I'm more a fan of the Facebook ad platform than the Boost Post option. Hopefully that makes sense. Al says, this was great. Triple exclamation point. Al, I'm really glad. Thank you so much. Larry asks, can you send this to LinkedIn? Yes, absolutely. So what you can do with LinkedIn or let me go back to my page there. Okay, cool. With LinkedIn or I gotta find the right one, I guess, or any other social media platform like Twitter or Google Plus or what have you, you can actually take that same smart URL that I used to create this link share post and create a similar post on those platforms. Okay, you can promote that smart URL is compatible with every major social media platform, and it sets up well and it looks great. You go paste it in any of those platforms and it sets up really, really well. So so go ahead and check that out. It's a great way to promote your campaign as well if you've got a nice following on LinkedIn. All right, cool. So that was Larry's question. Okay, cool. So Jodine asked the question, where would you suggest I publish my contest when I don't have many Facebook fans yet, or a blog or a website with much traffic? So Jodine, it sounds like you're just getting started. And what I would tell you is, if you don't have any kind of audience at all, so first of all, you can publish to either web or Facebook as sort of your main hub, right? You could publish to web or Facebook. That's not really an issue. And you can, it's kind of, the question for you is going to be more, how do you get traffic there? These templates, right, these, like for instance our sweepstakes template here, let me go back to that. These work really well at generating buzz, meaning if you get one, they create a lot of virality. If you get one person to come to this template and enter the contest, generally they're going to get others to come and enter it too, because they're going to share about it, they're going to tweet about it. But you've got to get some traffic there, and so that's really the question for you, is how are you going to get traffic there, Jodine? And I think if you've got any kind of audience anywhere, even if it's friends and family, generally I find people can get some traffic to their page and get some entries. Okay, so it sounds like you don't have a big Facebook following yet. Do you have a following on any other social media platform? That could be a great audience. That could be a great audience. Do you have a big following on LinkedIn? It sounds like you don't have much of a web or website or blog following yet by way of traffic to those sites. That's okay. I like Facebook ads for driving traffic. So if you've got a really good sense of who your target audience is, you put together a really nice Facebook post, post it to your page, even if you don't have a lot of traffic. I'd recommend doing that and trying Facebook ads. You can invest literally $5 or $10 into an ad and get that post in front of quite a few people. So it's worth checking that out. It's worth checking that out. So you could publish it to Facebook. I would say where do you want to give the bigger boost, right? So whatever traffic you drive there, they're either going to go to web or they're going to go to Facebook. If you're trying to build your Facebook presence, go ahead and publish the campaign to Facebook. I think it'll be really effective there. Amy, this is good. Amy says, I put text on the picture I used in the contest and Facebook rejected the post. I'm assuming that you're talking, Amy, about a promoted post. So Facebook has this thing called the 20% rule. When you promote a post through Facebook ads, no more than 20% of the area of the post can be taken up with text. And they do that to try to prevent people from putting a lot of spammy exclamation points and copy and stuff on a post. But yeah, Amy, absolutely. You need to probably create a new image that does not contain text and upload that when you post it. Amy, that can be totally frustrating. It happens to us here at Heyo it gets me all the time when we promote, to be honest. It's pretty funny. Meredith says Alex is a boss. Meredith, he sure is. He's an incredibly valuable member of the team. We really appreciate it. I'm glad you do too. Will I be able to watch this webinar again later? David asks. David, absolutely. We're recording this webinar, and we will take the entire thing with Q&A. We'll post it to our YouTube channel, which I can show you guys here in a minute if you'd like. And so we'll send a link out to everybody who registered for this webinar. So absolutely, you'll be able to join or to view this afterwards. Cool. Looking for the next question here, folks. Just give me a moment. Okay, Amy asks the question again, why is an ad better than boost? A boost is just a fancy little Facebook way of saying an ad. What I'm suggesting, Amy, let me show you on my screen. I think it'll make more sense. So I showed you the boost post button, which is like right from the actual right here, right? I can click boost post, or I can go to facebook.com/ads, and now I'm in and click manage your ads, and now I'm in the Facebook ad platform. Okay, and I can click create ad, this green button right here, Amy. I can click page post engagement, pick my page. I know I'm moving fast for time's sake. Pick my post, click continue, scroll down here to audience, and now instead of the boost options, there's a lot more I can do. I can filter I can upload a custom audience. I can filter based on geography, age, gender, language, other demographics. Look at this: relationship, education level, work, job title, etc. Interests, behaviors. So purchase behaviors, investment behaviors. I know this is this is probably overwhelming to some of you, but that's okay. You don't need to remember all this, right? So I can do a lot here. I can do a lot here, Amy, that I can't do boosting a post. That's why I like this better than boosting a post. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. All right, cool. Let me take I've got time for a couple more questions I wanna field for you guys. Jodine says, yeah, okay, I'll go with Facebook ads. Yeah, Jodine, it's worth testing. Smart Marketers Test. You can quote me on that. Anita says, thank you, webinar was very useful. Anita, I'm thrilled. Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Brandon says, how come Nathan gives out a cell number and then doesn't answer texts? Sometimes, I think Nathan's a little crazy, Brandon, in a good way. But often at the end of a webinar, Nathan will actually give out his personal cell number and invite people to text it. And Brandon, as you can imagine, he occasionally gets extremely overwhelmed with texts. So try him again. Try him again. He's, as Alex said, he's a busy guy, but give him another shot. RJ says, I didn't know Heyo had a YouTube channel. Let me show you guys the YouTube channel right now. If you look at my screen, if you go to youtube.com/officialheyo, youtube.com/officialheyo, you'll be taken here to the Heyo YouTube channel. Okay. Here you can access all of our webinar replays, other helpful videos, widget tutorials, how-to videos. But if I scroll down here and here's Heyo webinar replays, if I click this, here are like all the replay videos of all the webinars we have. Okay. Here's, in fact, number 26 is a replay of the last time I gave this webinar, which was about a month ago. 5 steps to running a successful Facebook contest. So you can always come here and access all of our webinar replays. It is definitely helpful. Meredith says, super excited to set up my first Facebook contest. Meredith, I'm glad. Thank you for being a good sport and coming live with me a couple of times. That was fun. Samantha asked the question, I'm wondering about the timing of a promotion on weekends. Samantha, can you elaborate a little bit for me? Let me know what you're asking about or what you'd like to know. God, Leslie makes a great comment. She says, I have a client. Leslie says, I have a client that is an exterminator. Hard to find demographics or psychographics except for location, so not so sure about ad versus boost. Got it. Leslie, that makes sense. I mean, what I would tell you is talk to that client about who their typical customers are. My bet is that if they're a residential exterminator, first of all, you've got geographic limitation, absolutely. Second of all, their clients, if they're a residential exterminator, are probably homeowners. You know, if you think about, it depends on if you're in a college town or a big city or whatever, but in a big city, some people rent for life, and you might have a lot of renters that call it exterminator. I live in a college town, and the only people who rent are students, and they're probably not calling it exterminator, right? So I would, then you could maybe more successfully target homeowners. So sometimes you need to read between the lines a little bit, but I bet you could come up with some targeting. So cool. Rob says, thank you for the webinar. Super helpful and informative. I have to run. Want to say, hey, it's an impressive company. Keep up the good work. Rob, I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much for those kind words. Okay, Samantha says, is it best to promote for 7 days or less? Is it good to promote over a weekend? So Samantha, great question. If it's a sweepstakes contest, like the one that I walked you through, I would say right around a week. You want to have that campaign live for right around a week or slightly under a week. However, if you're going to post the campaign live today and you're not going to really start promoting it until Monday, you might want to set that countdown timer for 10 days, right? I would say about a week, 6 or 7 days of like with good solid promotion is the perfect amount of time for a sweepstakes contest. If I'm running a photo contest where I'm asking people to actually upload or attach an image, or a video contest, even longer, I want to give them more time, right? Because I'm asking them to come up with something, some content, and post it to the contest. And it requires a little bit more effort. So a photo contest I might run for 6 weeks. A video contest I might run longer. It depends. But a simple sweepstakes or giveaway like this, yeah, 7 days with good promotion is great. Is it good to promote over a weekend? You know, Samantha, I get the question a lot about when's the best time to post on Facebook. Like, I don't know that there's or similar question, when's the best time to send an email? There's no easy answer for that. You need to know your business and your audience. If you're in B2B and you're typically sending to work email addresses, maybe it's probably better to not send on a weekend. For a lot of consumers, though, weekend's a time to catch up on email and explore. I mean, Sunday, I think for us, Sunday is the best day of the week for us as far as blog traffic. If for whatever reason on Sunday people have more time and they want to like browse the internet and read our blog posts more. So you never know. So that's worth considering. All right, I've probably got time. Leslie says, I've been using another third-party app for my contest. I'm anxious to try yours. I like the templates. Leslie, thank you so much. Let me know if you could in the go-to over my questions. I'd love to know who that third-party app is, just out of curiosity. Awesome. Lots of really great positive feedback. I'm really thankful for that. All right, cool. So I'm just looking for one last question here. See if you guys have one last question you need me to answer. If not, that's okay. Samantha says, great. I think Sunday is big too. Samantha, totally agree. I think we're good, folks. You know, it looks like hopefully we covered your questions. I personally review all the comments from the webinar afterwards, and if I see a question unanswered, I'll make sure that I respond to you. So first of all, or I should say last of all, I said this first of all, I'm going to say it last of all also. Thank you so much for joining Alex and me today. We do a lot at Heyo to help small businesses and the agencies that serve small businesses. And we're working really hard to build a platform and a set of products that helps you get more leads and sales from social media. That's what we eat, sleep, and breathe. And so, you know, we do a lot here at Heyo HQ. We're located on the East Coast of the United States in Virginia. But I probably don't enjoy anything as much as I enjoy this. I love these customer webinars because I get to hear from you guys. I get to talk about what you're doing, hear about what you're doing, hear your questions. It really helps us make a better product and make better products for you guys. So I really am appreciative that you spent some time with me today. As I mentioned at the very beginning also, we're going to, where we are recording this webinar, we're going to send out a link to all of you who are joined afterwards. One last thing I'll leave you with, if you look at my screen one last time, if there are questions that you had today but for whatever reason didn't get answered, or maybe we didn't have as much time to elaborate on them as you'd like, go to support.heyo.com. To my screen right here. This is our customer care portal. At support.heyo.com, you're going to find answers to common questions. You're going to find popular support topics, help videos. You've got a search bar here right at the top, and I can type something in here like sweepstakes and search. And I'm going to find here a template overview for the sweepstakes template, another template overview, a help doc on how to pick a winner, a help doc on what the smart URL is, a help doc on running a successful Facebook contest. So you're going to find a lot of great resources here that are going to be helpful for you. And if you struggle here to find something, at the top right you can click Contact Us to send us an email. We've got a great customer care team that works all the time to provide great support. And at the bottom right of the screen, I can click Chat Now, and I can chat right now live with someone from our customer care team. So make sure that you take advantage of these resources. We put them together for you guys. All right, folks, I know we went over an hour. Thank you so much for spending a little extra time with me. I was enjoying it, and it seemed like you guys were into it, so I was happy to go over. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a lot of fun spending some time with you today talking about the 5 steps to running a successful Facebook contest. I look forward to seeing you guys on other webinars. Let me unmute Alex really quick to say goodbye as well.